one really, really interesting thing, and it is the Caitlin Clark situation.
New footage where Caitlin Clark is actually putting pressure on that leg, making a step back on that leg, putting weight.
Let me just take a look. Take a look at this. Like, she's extremely, extremely close to return. The Caitlin Clark is going to be back, hopefully, very, very soon, and be ready to take over the damn league.
2 minutes ago, Caitlin Clark was spotted back on the court, and fans are buzzing about a possible return for the Commissioner's Cup game.
Good as baby goat. We see you, CC. We want CC to be 100% ready for this special run. She can make moves. She can do things.
She's in full gear, taking shots and looking locked in. Comment 1 below if you want to see Caitlin Clark back in action. Let's show her some love.
We want Caitlin Clark 100% ready. This looks promising. I like those decisions. Take over the entire freaking league.
Just released footage shows Caitlin Clark fully suited up at practice.
But just take a look. Take a look at this. Like, she's going through, I'm not going to say full speed workouts, but she's going through, like, she was the last player on the floor after practice working on some defensive on hip instead of bringing her in the game after full practice. Like, there is no way, by the way, that if you have a groin injury, that you are pushing off. If you're still injured, you're pushing off your left foot like that.
Tights on, hair in a bun, and locked in like she's prepping for game day.
It looked like she's putting some pressure on it. She looks okay.
She was seen taking shots, jogging lightly.
This kind of weight transfer between right, left, right, that kind of weight transfer, if she was actually like still hurt, you just wouldn't be able to do that.
Grabbing her own rebounds and passing to teammates like Aaliyah Boston. This isn't a casual walkthrough. It's real preparation. This marks the first time since her injury that Clark has been seen doing this level of on-court work. And what makes this moment even bigger? The footage came straight from official Fever sources.
Oh, it's just a matter of, okay, giving it time to really heal. The Indiana Fever are finding their way to jail without her on the court.
Not rumors, not speculation. She's out there, putting in the work. During media availability, Caitlin said herself, "I feel good. I'm day-to-day and doing everything I can to be ready for the next game." That tells us she's locked in mentally and doing everything possible to make that cup game come back.
Stephanie White looked like she's telling her, instead of doing the quick jab steps, just kind of like do a full step back. Yeah, that's what it looked like they're saying. Instead of doing that right there, okay. Snaking the screen, full step back, okay.
While the footage of Caitlin Clark practicing looks promising, there's still uncertainty surrounding her injury. Officially, she's day-to-day, but what does that really mean? From what we've seen, Clark isn't doing full contact drills yet. Most of her work is limited to shooting, light jogging, and mobility drills. That suggests the Fever are being very cautious, and for good reason. Clark is too valuable to risk long-term damage. Some analysts believe it's not a traditional injury at all.
If you've ever played any sport, they're not going to rush her back this time. They're going to make sure she's 100%.
One possible explanation? A pinched nerve. This would explain the lingering groin pain and the earlier quad issues she had. A pinched nerve in the hip can easily send pain down into the leg and groin, making it hard to move, but also difficult to detect in scans. That might be why there's still no clear diagnosis. Despite that, Caitlin is showing signs of progress. She's using compression gear, possibly to reduce inflammation and maintain warmth in the muscle. The Fever medical staff seems to be exploring different recovery methods, from limiting motion to adding heat therapy to simply letting time do its work. Clark herself says she's pushing to be ready every game, working with trainers and staying involved in every aspect of team activity. The team's handling it carefully, and Clark is showing incredible discipline by not rushing back, even though everyone knows how badly she wants to play. And let's be real, this isn't just any game. It's the Commissioner's Cup, national stage, big crowd, and the Minnesota Lynx, the very team Caitlin grew up watching. You know she's dying to play. But if there's even a slight risk of aggravating this issue, don't be surprised if the Fever hold her out last minute. That's how close this situation is.
All right, so let's take a look at this, man. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Going between the legs. Go around the screen. Okay, more of a backpack move, putting her on the back. You know, putting her defender on her back. After snaking the screen. Look like they're snaking screens here.
While the spotlight has been on Caitlin Clark's injury and her potential return for the Commissioner's Cup, there's a bigger story developing off the court, her growing legacy and how essential she has become to the entire WNBA. Just recently, Colin Cowherd, one of the biggest voices in sports media, declared Caitlin Clark the most untradeable athlete in all of professional sports. Let that sink in, not just in the WNBA, but across all leagues. He compared her to superstars like Patrick Mahomes, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and Nikola Jokic, and still put Caitlin Clark at the very top of the list. Why? Because she's done something no other player has done, completely revolutionized a league in her rookie season. Since joining the Indiana Fever, Clark has driven a 550% increase in WNBA merchandise sales. TV ratings have exploded. Fever road games are selling out in opposing arenas. She's bringing in record-breaking viewership. And even media personalities have admitted they don't take time off anymore because Caitlin Clark content is too valuable to miss. Cowherd said flat out, "If Indiana ever traded Caitlin, the fan base would revolt." He even went so far as to say that the entire city would melt down. And he's right. She's not just the face of the Fever. She's the heartbeat of the league. But that popularity brings pressure. The Fever organization now carries a huge responsibility. They must build a competitive, championship-level roster around her, because if they don't, if the coaching remains inconsistent, the front office keeps fumbling, and the team fails to protect and develop Clark's talent, then it opens the door to something nobody wants to imagine: Clark asking for a trade down the road. Right now, the coaching situation is already under scrutiny.
She's now going to be close to being back, and she's now hopefully going to come back and be a top 3 player in the world.
Injuries, questionable player rotations, and public frustrations have raised concerns. If the Fever don't course correct quickly, especially as the playoffs approach, they risk losing more than games. They risk losing trust. Caitlin Clark is not just a generational athlete, she's a movement. She turned the Indiana Fever from a rebuilding franchise into the center of the basketball world. Fans who've never watched a WNBA game are tuning in just to see her play. She's inspiring a new generation of girls to pick up a basketball, buy jerseys, and believe they can do something great. So yes, she's untradeable, not just because of what she brings to the scoreboard, but because of what she represents to millions. And that's why the Fever and the WNBA can't afford to fumble this opportunity. They need to protect her, support her, and surround her with talent and leadership that matches her level. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just building a career, she's building history.
She's better than Alyssa Thomas. I think she's better than Alyssa Thomas. She is better than Breanna Stewart. I don't think Breanna Stewart's in that top 3 conversation anymore.
I wouldn't even press her. If she doesn't feel 100%, or if they feel like she's not 100%, I wouldn't even force her to play, man. I wouldn't.
Caitlin Clark's impact is undeniable. From her possible return for the Commissioner's Cup, to her dominance in practice footage, to being called the most untradeable athlete in all of sports. She's not just recovering, she's rewriting the rules of what one rookie can mean to an entire league. But now it's your turn. Should Caitlin Clark suit up if she's not 100%? Or should the Fever protect her future and hold her back? Drop a 1 in the comments if you're ready to see Caitlin Clark back on the floor. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest breaking updates from the WNBA and Caitlin Clark's journey. This is just the beginning, and we're riding every second of it with her.